name is Kira.
Hi, Kira.
So before I show my topic for my speech today, I want to ask a question. So what do you think the presidential election, the salmon phenomenon, global warming, and finally this video have in common? So due to time, I won't ask you to answer the question, but I will say the answer. Is that there are ideas that spread among a nation or culture or group until it has become pervasive. So if we think about the social media world and especially the realm of entertainment, there is a new form of images and clips that are actually taking over our lives. So what is this thing? A new cultural unit of information called memes. Yeah, this is my topic today. I know it was supposed to be serious, but I chose a very non-serious topic. So today I will give you a new approach and hopefully change your ideas about how much a meme can have on your ideas. So first I'll define it, and next I'll talk about the influence it has on society and ourselves. And finally, I want to hypothesize about what happens in the future for memes. Will it take over our lives? I don't know, maybe. So first, to define, what is a meme? This is the person who coined the term, Richard Dawkins, and he's a modern evolutionary biologist. So there's someone who's already specializing in studying this thing that we feel is so new and so common. And first, he defines it as a cultural unit of information. And by thinking of the word, he breaks down the Greek word for culture called minime, and he adds it with gene to become the word cultural genes and the word meme. So you may, and specifically, he defines it as visual representations of feelings, thoughts, and ideas. So looking back at the key term, cultural genes, you may wonder, why is it so important? Why is it so relevant that has the word gene in it? And don't you think memes are just a funny picture with an interesting caption and that's it? Why is it so fundamental? Like, as if it is part of us, like a DNA running through us. So, very simply, I'll give a short answer. It is because culture and our thoughts have become merged together due to the influence of memes that are spread among social media and the internet. So, eventually, it has shaped our worldview and also our thoughts and what we talk about in our daily lives. And finally, it is something that actually shapes who we are and what we do. And so subconsciously, it has actually taken over our worldview. Our worldview is a very big thing. It's everything you think about any situation or any idea that is shown in society. So how do memes stay relevant? Because you might see something funny and, for example, the recent salmon phenomenon. It's not relevant anymore. People don't really talk about it. It has been on the news circulating for a few weeks, but now people have moved on to perhaps the train incident that has happened recently. So you may think that very common ideas will just become mundane and actually very repetitive, so something not worth remembering. But I want to say that memes, ideas portrayed by memes, are like the coronavirus. It spreads from person to person through imitation, parodying, and all other types of media. They will always take one idea and change it, and imitate it, but change it, add a little twist to it. So, who would you say? So, I think the only way that you can prevent memes from influencing your thoughts and your lives is by completely quarantining against it. But how many people will actually quarantine completely against social media, Facebook, the internet? I will very clearly and certainly say that people who are using the internet a lot and looking at perhaps news articles, interesting posts on Instagram or anything like that, you will not easily pluck yourself away from that just because you don't want to be influenced by what the mass public wants to tell you. So now I want to talk about what I hypothesize for the future. So my first prediction is that I want to confirm the fact that I think the study of culture is already arising and prominent, very important in our lives. And the second is that memes will continue to evolve and circulate through different means. Maybe in the future we won't always just look at our phones anymore. Maybe we'll have holographic images, and maybe we'll receive new ideas that way. And finally, I believe that the term memology will be very relevant and become an official part of history, and maybe in the textbooks, and even studied in college or beyond that. So I want to come to a conclusion because I said a lot about how much memes are actually influencing our lives and how it's brainstorming us and how scary it is. So I want to say that we are all actually like sheep who are stuck in the effects of cultural norms. So I think next time you see news or something funny on social media, or especially a meme about a recent event, don't just try to agree with it or want to imitate or just want to share the point. Maybe think about new ideas or think about other opinions or different points of views about that idea, like a sheep looking through the fence and not just living within it. And I think that if you look at something and you can give more than 3 ideas about it, that is way more important than just looking and blindly following what society wants you to know about and want you to believe. So that concludes my speech today. Thank you very much.